In this lesson, we're going to add the database connection string so that we can connect our API to the database via Entity Framework. So let's look at the API DB context class. Well, Entity Framework will look at the connection string with that name, that is API DB context. It means to work with the database, we must need to create a connection string. In order to create a connection string, I'm going to the startup.cs file, and as I already told you, whenever we want to add some services in our project, we need to define here as well. And in our case, we are working with Entity Framework. So just go to this configure services method and let's add a DB context. There, we register a given context as a service. We just need to pass our API DB context class, which comes from this namespace. Then here we need to define our connection string for the database. But now the question is, what kind of database we're going to work with? Well, in this course, we're going to work with the SQL Server database. So in order to access the SQL Server, we use Lambda expression, and then we'll write use SQL Server, and we need to resolve the namespace for this. Right after that, in the parentheses, we'll pass our connection string. Well, there are many ways to pass the connection string here, but at the moment, let's go ahead with the simple one. As we move forward in this course, I'll show you how to pass the connection string via some other way. But right now, let's keep it simple, and there we're going to pass the connection string. I have attached the connection string syntax along with this video. So just download this file, then copy the connection string and paste it here. Alright, now here we need to change few things. First of all, let's open the SQL Server Object Explorer inside the Visual Studio. There you'll see the server. We need to copy this server name and then paste it here. Right after that, in the initial catalog, we need to pass the name of our database. Let's name it MusicDB. You can name it whatever you want. Now at the runtime, this information which contains the database provider and the connection will go to the API DB context class constructor, and later goes to the base class constructor and will create a connection between the database and the Entity Framework. Alright, that's all from this lesson. Now I will see you in the next one.